When I was young, I remember painting as a child, thinking that I would be perhaps the next Picasso, perhaps the next Emily Carr. Well, if you want to bring out the artist in you, why don't you check out Raw Canvas? We're going to tell you about this great studio that offers just a little bit more coming up next on BT.
I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore.
Exactly, and something that you can do either on your own or perhaps is something that's a bit of team building. We're here at Raw Canvas, right where the magic happens, right?
Right in the thick of things.
So let's talk a little bit about your concept in here.
Yeah, so Raw Canvas is a tap house, wine bar, and art studio. And we encourage people to come in, let loose, have a couple of drinks, eat some tasting plates, and then come down here and let their inner child come out. Make a masterpiece.
Okay, so let's make our way up here. Now let's talk a bit about what they have access to. So people come in here and they, what do they have to bring?
They do not have to bring a single thing. Everything is provided, from the smock to the canvases to the paintbrushes, paint, everything. We also have a resident artist that's on hand here, and they are able to guide you through it if you don't know what to do.
And by the way, we'll be getting a little bit of lessons coming up later. Let's talk about the artwork that you actually have on the walls.
Yeah, so usually on our gallery wall we do have artists, local artists, that we invite to show, and we have next month Ann Wilson. In August we have Dana Mooney, but this month we decided to do something a little bit different. We have our guest art.
Now, do you actually have to be a good artist to come here, or is it really about exploring?
It's about exploring and having fun. And a lot of people come in here in group settings and they just have the best time ever.
So what are we looking at? Like if someone were to make a painting this size, what are we looking at for cost?
So this is a small. Smalls run $55 per canvas. They come in 3 different dimensions. Mediums are $90 and larges are $170. And we encourage people to share canvases if they'd like. Also on Wednesdays we have our date nights, so 2 can come in, and for the size of, or for a medium size, they can pay for a small.
I love it, and then they get to hang out in this beautiful environment right here, which is a very social atmosphere. And look at that, bartender standing by for us. Coming up next, we're going to talk about some of the great things that you can do here in addition to the painting at Raw Canvas. Jody and Riaz. Yeah, hanging out in Yaletown this morning, and Ben, when people walk in here, first of all, what a warm, beautiful spot you have.
Yeah, thank you.
So you come in, you sit down, and before you even hit the paints, you get to have some food.
That's right. We've put together a couple sweet and savory options for our meat and cheese plates.
Okay.
Over here, we have a softer cheese. It has an ashy rind in the center. We call it the Morbier. Beside that is the elk and juniper salami and a smokehouse cheddar. And on this side is a classic brie. Beside that is a French pepper salami.
Where do you get your salamis from and your meats?
We get them all from Oyama.
Okay.
And we source all of our cheeses from Benton Brothers on Granville Island. And beside that one, we've done Chimay cheese, which pairs really nicely with Chimay beer from the brewery.
Okay, so the beer, cheese, beer, perfect pairing. It's a natural one, right?
Yeah, of course. And on our last plate here, we have some pistachio and pheasant terrine. A Riopelle, which is really similar to the brie cheese, but it's much creamier.
Okay.
And then we have the wild boar and juniper salami.
I've never even had wild boar and juniper salami. I'm going to try one of those. Tell us a little bit about the wines that you've paired for us today.
So because they're both sweet and savory options, I've gone with kind of more full-bodied red. The Shiraz that we carry is the Kangaroo Road from Australia.
And then the white you've got going?
Yeah, it's the Sperling Pinot Gris. This is a local BC wine from the Okanagan. Very nice, quite refreshing.
Beautiful. Well, it is refreshing, and you'll be working up a big appetite when you're painting. So fill up first, and then after, what we're going to do, Michelle, I'll get it together yet. I haven't had the wine yet, honestly. Kristen's going to give us a little bit of a painting lesson, because that's all part of the deal here at Raw Canvas. Super excited, and Kristen, I think I was probably 5, 6, or 7 or something like that when my parents got me my first easel. I was sure I was going to be a professional artist, but alas, I wasn't. But you actually are the resident artist here at Raw Canvas.
We could prove you wrong today.
Really?
Yeah,
okay, good.
Absolutely.
So people come in here and they come into this area. It's called what?
This is the pit.
Okay.
Welcome.
So now we pick some colors, right?
Yes, I would say pick some of the beautiful selection of colors that we have, and they're actually locally made here by Chroma Acrylics on Granville Island. And according to your mood, whatever you're feeling drawn to.
Okay, so really there's no rules when it comes to colors, right?
There's no rules.
Excellent. That's probably good. Oh, I'm gonna get a little bit of iridescent here. Okay, so when people come in, how much experience do they typically have when they come in here for the first time?
Typically, people will come in and tell me, I have not done this since I was a child.
Okay.
I'm a little bit afraid, a little trepidatious, but I always like to say there's nothing to be afraid of.
So where do I start?
Right here. The first
stroke is the most important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any rules of where I should place?
There's no rules when it comes to expression. I say close your eyes, go for it. What do you feel? This is amazing.
Oh,
look at that.
It's art. It's art already. Obviously, I mean, we're looking at some of the fantastic works that are already here. I would imagine there's some real gems.
Well, absolutely. The thing that I'm most struck by when I'm in here is that people think that they don't have an expression inside of them, but they'll just go to the canvas, they'll start working, and they'll get totally lost in what they're doing. And this beautiful beast is created out of what they're feeling from inside, and I just watch their faces aglow as they keep going and going and going, and it's wonderful.
And what do you specialize in with your particular artwork?
I do large-scale portraiture, actually, with acrylic. I also use acrylic. I think it's a fantastic medium. Look at you go!
Is this all right? Oh my goodness! Well, thank you so much, Kristen. And I'm going to continue, by the way, Jody and Riaz, to work with Kristen throughout the morning. By the time we get to our last segment, we will reveal what I hope will be able to be put on the fridge or something. I don't know.
Undoubtedly.
Yes. More details on Rock Canvas. You can go to their website. Really a good place to maybe have a little bit of a birthday party. Now, resident artist Kristen, how am I doing here so far?
I think you're doing an amazing job. You've got all kinds of textures going on, and you've got this color palette that, I mean, it really draws the eye in. You've got all of this fluctuating of color.
Is this what you do? This is what you encourage when people come here into the pit? Is this kind of what, is this what your job is as well?
This is what my job is. It's really to delight in people's expression, which is total freedom and openness and a vulnerability.
Ooh. Look at that. Did you see that little thing there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is so fun, Jody and Riaz. I'm going to continue to work on this. We will reveal what potentially could be the finished product just after 8:30. She's thinking it's looking okay so far. What do you guys think?
I like it.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
It's very organic.
You tilt your head to the right, maybe it starts to make more sense.
No, I like it just like it is.
Or it's very abstract there.
It's a chick thing, I guess.
Oh, yeah, and we're going to make you just wait a couple of seconds for it. You know, we're here at Raw Canvas, and Kristen, right now we're seeing some of the beautiful artwork that some people who have just sort of enjoyed coming in here have been able to do and to be able to express themselves. Tell us a bit about what that environment is like for people, especially if you're on a date or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, here I think we have the opportunity to really learn about each other through art because it has such a strong voice. Whether we know it or not, things will come through the painting.
And we're seeing all different levels, and I mean, really, it's not even about someone being expert or being, you know, amateur, because everyone has a sense of expression, right?
Absolutely, and that can't be squashed. It's really about having fun and accessing that thing that wants to come out inside, like yours, for example.
Okay,
right?
so let's talk about mine. I don't know if it's quite done yet, but right now I sort of had to take a bit of a break.
It's a good idea. Just stand back a bit. Do you want me to tell you what I see in your painting?
Please.
Okay. Well, to me, it looks like somebody who's got a really creative, juicy, frenetic, and wild energy about her. Boisterous, opinionated, colorful, curious. That's what this says to me. And if you were on a date, what would that say to your date? He'd learn so much about you, he or she.
See, this part right here, it's like I saw the color and I didn't want to mess with it because I just felt like that's the thing that I need to have something that's grounded and keeps me stable,
Absolutely.
right?
Well, you've got this innate sense of composition. There's this reprieve for the eye to go to right here, and it's really lovely. It's your immovable core.
I love how you make me sound like I'm a professional artist, but I felt like, I have to say, in all honesty, there back at the station, I felt like a real artist today. Thank you so much for your feedback. I'm going to continue to work on this. If you want to come here to Raw Canvas, and you can come here and have drinks and food and all that, you can do that anyways, but this truly is something unique here in the city. Go to the website for more details, but you can learn a lot about not only other people, but yourself here.
Don, you got to name it. You got a name for that masterpiece right there?
Wow, that's bad. No name. It's a no name.